Well, hi, good morning, and thanks so much for joining me here in my shop. Today is April, May 12th. Yeah, I think it's April because of the way the weather is outside. The weather is really bad. In fact, this afternoon there's a good chance snow is going to fall in Aurelia on May 12th. Holy smokes, even my cats are upset. So, yesterday I completed the preliminary IF alignment, and today I'm going to continue with the next two steps in the alignment process, which is adjusting the oscillator and adjusting the antenna or RF tuning, however you want to look at it. And first things first, I looked over the instructions. Hey, that's a good idea. And in there it talks about a wave trap and a trimmer called C1. And for the life of me, I've looked in this radio to find that wave trap trimmer, and I cannot find it anywhere. So perhaps that exists in other models, and maybe not in this particular model. That's why the radio's on its back right now, because I was looking underneath to try to see if the trimmer was hidden. You can follow the antenna wire input here. It comes right to here. So this would be the antenna coil. And so there should be a trimmer associated with this coil. I don't see it. So we're not going to worry about that anymore. We'll just follow the instructions as much as we can. Let me tip this up. Okay, just leave that laying there. So most of the adjustments now involve these back here. You see through the hole, you can see the screw heads down there. 4 of them there, 2 of them here, and then the C1 mystery one, who knows where. Look, there's a nice hole, but there's nothing in there. Okay, to do this I need a certain amount of equipment all set up and operating, and I haven't done it, so I'm going to do that now. So I'll stop and get everything warmed up in here and ready to go. Okay, I think we're ready to start. So I've done the first 2 steps you see on the screen there at the top. Second and first IF, and I'm on the 1400 KC line there. So band setting extreme left, that's done. Dummy antenna, oh okay, I'm going to have to grab a 200. Do I have one just sitting right here? Or sometimes I do. A 200. No, okay, I'm going to have to hunt down a capacitor, unfortunately. Let's just keep going across then. 200. Now that's going to be in series with the antenna. You know what I've got here? I've got an antenna simulator in my circuit here, right here. So this will serve the purpose, whatever the purpose is. I guess we're just feeding the output into the antenna here. Antenna connections, output from the signal generator. Okay, I think that's going to be good enough the way it is. Radio dial setting 1400. 1400 right there. Let's just check the pointer. It's ending at the dots. Ending at the dots, good. 1400. I have to imagine we got to set this up to 1400 also. 1400. And the output signal level is very low right now. It's a good start. It's modulated, so we should be able to hear it. I got to turn the radio on. Okay, radio on. Volume's down. Switch is on, but no power. And power. While that's warming up, I'm going to dig out a 200. Oh no, I don't need it. I don't need it. Don't need it. We don't need it. So the AVC voltage will be on this meter. It just popped up a little bit. And this one should show the audio. Good. dirt in that control. Now let's give it full power. Okay, well, we're not hearing 1400 from the signal generator. Let's see what's going on here. Very low signal. Too low. $1,400 left. 1,400. Okay, a little higher. Okay, something's going wrong here. Something is going wrong. That's definitely left. Is this for sure the shortwave? For sure the broadcast band. I can't tell without an antenna. Yep. Apparently I can tell. That's definitely the broadcast band. I wound up 1400. What am I doing wrong here? What am I doing wrong? 1400. Oh, okay. I see what's going on. This. You see how the lead from my signal generator goes down here and then it comes up there. No, it doesn't. I actually never hooked it up. I also see my ABC ground is off. Boy, oh boy, I'm in bad shape there. Let's put the ground on. That's better. Wow, I got a couple of things wrong. This is an outdoor antenna. We don't want that on there. That's why I picked up the station. Okay, it's making sense. Too many wires on the bench. Now we'll hook this up. Shut it down. Should quiet things. Good. Okay, now we should hear the 14 here, or whatever it is. Look at that, it's dead on. Wow, that's really good. Before we do anything, let's take a peek down at the other end of the band. We're down to 600, right on the dial here. And what do we get? Didn't get anything. What happened? So that's a very strong signal being sent now. I just barely hear it. But I was picking up a station. I was picking up a station right near this frequency. I was up here. I was up here around 640. Something funny going on here. Did I hook these up backwards? No. Let me take the ground off. Things may get loud. Oh! Yeah, things may be really quiet because I haven't turned the radio up. Okay. In fact, it's overloaded. That's what's really going on. Okay, let's put the dial right on 600 and check this again. 600. So, 580. Well, it says 600. So it's a little out. It's not out at the upper end though, was it? So I think what we're seeing is evidence that somebody aligned the radio as they should have, so that at 14, 14 shows up. But it doesn't help down at 600. So maybe some more alignment activities might straighten that out a little bit. Might stretch it a little bit. The oscillator. So this is, it's obvious someone else has worked on this radio. Shouldn't be too surprised about the situation. So we leave the oscillator alone for now. And so I'm looking up at the chart on the top of the screen here. So we're going to skip the oscillator. We'll do the antenna. See, what is that? Looks like C. And you know what? It doesn't actually matter because they are labeled fully on this diagram. So it's one of these four here. BC oscillator, BC antenna, that one. C, well, it must be three. First, and it doesn't really matter. First one towards the edge. First one towards the edge. Okay, I think I know which one it's talking about. It's going to be talking about this one here. First one towards the edge. Okay. So we do this at 1400, is that right? Yeah. 1400, let me slide this back now. Maximum output, of course. Okay, we'll get the radio tuned in here. It's an awfully low signal. Let me give it a little more. It's hard to get absolutely everything into view here. And then I'm going to step in front of it. So watch this guy. Yeah, I'm going to step in front. Okay, let's get that meter maxed out. There we are. So it turns out 1398, which is kind of 1400 on that frequency counter, and the dial 1400, right on the money. Strong evidence someone's been here. So they probably did the RF tuning too. Let's give it a go. I'm going to use this my big plastic guide here. Okay, is this working here? If I turn it up a bit, it will. Okay, 2 meters to watch. Oop, I turned it by accident already. Okay, I'm going to watch AVC meter. And if I look at this one, same thing. Same message. So that was out a little bit. I'm sure that didn't make any difference though. Oh, look at that. Look at the next step. BC patter, see something. 600 kilocycles. So this will straighten out the kilocycles. Rock rotor back and forth. Oh no. Okay. So we'll go to 600 and BC patter, C patter, see something. Let's find out what that is. Which one that is. Oh, a disaster has happened. It's a disaster. What happened here? Okay. A little computer confusion there for a moment. Screen confusion. Okay. 600 BC patter. That's right. We're on our way to find a BC patter. Oh, for crying out loud, I did it again. It's a hair trigger here. Well, you know what? I got to do it on this screen. That's right. That's a fake mouse up there. You're looking at a fake mouse. Okay, which one of these? Supposed to say patter. Oh, here it is. 600 kilocycle pad. It's one of the two front screws, the one more towards the inside. That's this one. Okay, I got it. The one towards the inside. We go down to 600. Stick it right on 600. Okay, and signal generator to 600. And give it a little more power here. The fact that it's weak can be an alignment problem where the oscillator is not lined up with the sensitive front end of the radio. I won't say too much more than that. I'm going to get it up to there. Wow, it's so faint. Okay, so I'm going to have to kind of walk this up there. Whoops. As long as I don't trip while I'm walking here. One towards the inside. Watching every meter I can watch. I'm going to watch this audio meter. I did it again. I kept the volume too low. I got my signal generator way too high. That's better. Oh, nobody's adjusted this one for a while. There it goes. So I can't do it with a plastic screwdriver. It is a capacitor screw, so I could probably get away with a metal. Okay, now we gotta figure out which way what turns. So I'll turn this towards where I want to go. So I can still hear it. And now I'll turn this to get it to come back in. So it looks like whoever aligned it just missed this step. Go a little bit past. Put this right on now. Because I know which way to turn the screw. Work my way back. Okay, very good. Seemed like a pretty big increase in the output. Now what? 600 at 600. Check the 1400. So put right on 1400. I tune this to receive 1400. It's right, unfortunately it's mixed up with some noise here. So I give it a little more juice. It's kind of touch low, so I'll put it where it needs to be. We'll adjust the oscillator at the high end. And which one was that? That's a BC oscillator C6. I'm just going to look myself. No, I won't. I can't look myself. You have to look with me. Looking over here. And we're looking for BC oscillator. So that's the second one from the inside. Right, second one from the inside. Just mentally double checking everything here, because if you make one mistake while you're doing this, you can throw away all your efforts just by making one, turning the wrong thing. Come on, mouse, keep working for me here. Don't give up. Just go one more. BC pattern, rock rotor back and forth. think I'm going to take a different tact. What we're trying to do at this point, and the reason it's saying rock it back and forth, is you're actually trying to marry up 3 different things at once. All of them are flexible. Oscillator, pointer position. Yeah, let me just change it. I'm going to take a little bit of a different tact here. Okay, let's see how confusing I can make this. So that's my SDR spectrum display there. This is the SDR antenna. Just a clip leads clipped together. It's going over to my, that's the input right over here, to my SDR radio. I'm going to dip this around the radio a little bit. I'm going to try not to touch these into anything, of course. And see if we can't pick up the local oscillator. So we're tuned to 1400. Local oscillator should be around 1850. 1850 on here is, well, you know what? I'll put this red line right around 1850. So you can see there's a red line here now. That's where the local oscillator should pop up. And what do we find? Trying my best not to short anything here. Well, see, there is something popping up just to the right of the red line. It's affecting the radio. It's not affecting it over here so much. I'm just looking for a good place to throw down my read here. So we get too close to this one tube. I'm sure it's too close to the grid wire is what's really happening. Over here seems pretty good. As long as we can see the local oscillator on there. Okay, so I gotta kind of clip this somehow in place so it won't move around. If my pickup here moves around while we're doing stuff, then I'm gonna get confused. I'm also freaked out about the fact that there's bare metal there, so let's do this. So yeah, that's not much of a coil, is it? It's just the ends of the clip lead put together. But I've discovered through so much fooling around with this that this is really all it takes in most cases. Just this is enough of a loop here. A lot of radios, I guess, are spitting out pretty strong. Just like that's pretty strong. A pretty strong local oscillator signal there. I don't have to worry so much about it. Let's put it right in this area. And I'll clip it. Ooh, I don't want to clip it on there. I'll be clipping it right on the string. What if I just lay it here, and I'm going to clip it. What to clip to? Clip to a wire there. Well, okay, I'll just try not to move the radio too much. Do you still have a local oscillator on the screen? Yes, we do. Right here. Now, the red line, I'll put it right on 1850. 1855. 1855 is what I want this. So this red line represents where the local oscillator should be if we're picking up 1400, if we're tuned to 1400, and the IF really is 455, which I'm pretty sure it is. Set it that way. So what's going on here? We're not getting exactly the right local oscillator. Let me just move it, just to prove to you too that that's the local oscillator. Oh, I didn't have the radio tuned. No. Look, think check. So if I line up the red line with the local oscillator, then for sure the radio is tuned to 1400, and I'm giving it a 1400 signal. The pointer is out at this point. You know what? It's not out enough to worry about. Perfect. Okay. Thumbs up. Now we'll go do that at the 600. The 600 place. So we'll go down to 600. The local oscillator should be 455 above 600. That's 1055. And we look at the SDR. This must be it right here. Click on it. 1055. It's, I mean, how much closer do you want to get? So this is quite convincing that the local oscillator and dial are all good. The adjustments for the local oscillator at both ends, good. Everything's good. Good. Well, we should listen to it. We should listen to it at this point and then go on to the Listen to that interference, eh? I have no idea where that comes from. Okay, take that guy off. Put on the outdoor antenna. I'm pretty sure it's switched away from here. So I'm going to have to run down and throw the switch on it. Listen to that noise, eh? Man, if I could only figure out what that is. Go watch the ABC voltage now just to double check its operation. We're on the 15 volt scale, so it's .860, come on. I have to throw the antenna. So if this radio's aligned well, 860 is right about there. I'm going to go throw the switch and see if a French voice comes out of that radio. And there's the French station. Oh, you know what? I read this wrong. So that's 850. You know, 860 would be there. About 20 kilohertz out. Okay, let's try 640. Got some noise to fight with, unfortunately. 590. Yeah, can't get rid of that terrible noise. So that's very good. I think that's good. Stations in the right spot. I had no trouble finding them. The ones I'm looking for. Find them, no problem. Great. Shortwave band time now.
He would of course step in and intervene, if for no other reason than to save himself the pain of feeling our sufferings. But he's not selfish.
9.5 on there.
Just explain a little bit more. What do you mean by that? Well, do you know anyone who's mentally ill? Not naming names, just in your own mind. Do you know, say, a narcissist or someone with borderline personality disorder? Yeah, I know a couple of people actually who fit that definition of a narcissist. Well, what's something that they hold in common?
I think you can see quite clearly that this is the signal we're listening to. Frequency here is... Oh! I made that same mistake again. Frequency here is... So it's 9330. So, this is like the strongest shortwave station out there. So what you're seeing on the SDR is a little bit confusing. That thing that's moving to the left is the local oscillator of the radio. Let me turn again. I gotta see my hand a little bit here. See what I'm up to. Then I'm gonna turn to the right. When the local oscillator peak gets 455 kilohertz above the signal we want to hear, tricky business. There's a delay in the SDR. It's tricky for me to tune this radio and look at the SDR. So I'm not doing that. I'm going to look at the ABC meter here. These radios are very hard to tune because a fraction of a degree rotation in the knob come in and out. This is working great. Strong signal, almost closing it. We'll go find some less. By the way, the volume is set minimum.
What does the last of Romans 6:23 say again? But the gift of your...
That's how powerful this particular station is. I wish I wasn't holding the tube up there. Now, let's see what else. Whoa, get away from that one. We're a little early for 9 megahertz. Let me try the, this is a 15 meter band. You see that pop? That's going by that station. Come in here. Nobody's showing up. Very hard to tune this radio. I put the knob on it to try to make it easier. You need a knob about this big to really make this good. Okay, let's watch the magic eye on a moderate signal here, a weak signal. I don't see much movement in it. Now if we look at the ABC meter, not much movement in it. Virtually none. It's a pretty weak signal. There's one that's stronger. I'm going past it so quickly as I'm tuning, the eye isn't keeping up. If I get it to stick there. Excellent. The signal is also fading in and out at the same time. I'm trying to tune it in. It's tricky stuff to get it all, but it's working good. I think it's working really good. I haven't even aligned this band. Okay, let's put this eye down here. Wow, what else is happening here? Let's go up. So we're up in the 15 megahertz area now. So that's Saudi Arabia, almost certainly, and someone singing the Quran. Saudi Arabia operates a lot of powerful transmitters. Fairly easy to pick up. Not very... not exactly glorious reception up here. Sometimes there's a stronger station up around 15,700. Ooh! Ooh! Oh, that's that shorting spot in the capacitor, which I've forgotten about. Ha! Ha! Okay, something else to look into. So, aligning this band, let's check it. I put it right on 15. You should be able to see the local oscillator up there somewhere. 15, up on 15 though. 15. Oh, we can't see the local. Well, you know what? There's a chance we can. I've got my SDR hooked up to the antenna, same as this radio. But there may be enough oscillator coming out of it to spot it. It should be 15.4, 55, 15.4, 55, somewhere around in here. Oh, wait a minute, that's not right at all. That's not right at all. Down here. Okay, here's 15. And then we go 15, 4, 55. Right in this area. Right around here. Don't see anything. So I'm going to take the lead off. Noisy radio, eh? And the other one too. Okay, so this is the input to my SDR. I'm going to short it, turn it into a pickup loop, apply my high-tech protective tape here, stick it in the sweet spot. For some reason that's the sweet spot. What do we get? Did we get something? I wasn't even looking. Oh my gosh. So what's happened here? What's happened to my SDR? Well, yeah, which one of those is the local oscillator? Generally it's the strongest one. The strongest one, if I set the strongest one onto 15, 455, right there. So this radio should be ready to receive 15 megahertz. Okay, let's give it a try. So what I'll do is I'll hook up the output of the signal generator. I'm going to take the antenna right off here. I don't need the outdoor antenna. Off you come. Okay, and I'll hook up the signal generator to the radio. So the signal generator's output impedance is very low, and that's why when you hook it up to the radio like that, the radio goes silent. It's a little bit like putting a short on the antenna. Not completely silent though. Now, we think the radio is tuned to exactly 15,000. Let's go up there. This is a moderate signal here. Let's give it a little more. Maybe the thing I picked off is not the local oscillator. So what I picked off on the SDR is at 15,455. So really, dial 15 on there, you should hear it. But instead we're hearing 13.7, which is closer to where the pointer actually is on the radio. That's really confusing. That really confuses me for a second here. How can that be? So looking at the SDR, wiggle the local oscillator. So that's really ripping around fast. So maybe that's not the local oscillator, because the SDR does a lot of weird things. So I've probably moved the radio, I'm going to guess, a megahertz, and so I'm getting the image. Oh, here comes an issue. So yeah, so what's going through my head is the local oscillator above or below the target frequency? And then we have this schmozzle up here. I think that's something else. Okay, let's start over, because I kind of lost my mind on this. So we're tuned to 15 megahertz. And we're going to give it a 15 megahertz signal. Yeah, there's something really quite going wrong here. Let's go back down to this one. So that frequency is 13.9. 455 on top of that would be 14,355, something like that. And or 900 on top of that. Or you go a million, take off 100. So it'll be 14.8, 14.7. So if this thing chirps at 14.7, yeah. So what we're bouncing back and forth between is the target frequency and the image. I think this radio's been aligned incorrectly. That's my guess here. The reason for that is the image appears to be close to the dial target frequency at 15. We're tuned to 15 here. We're hearing roughly 15 here. But if you go down to catch the image, which is below in this case, well, what happened? What did I do? There is nothing. Yeah, that's... Well, let's try it the other way then. I can't quite figure out what just happened there, but there should be an image somewhere. Let's go up a megahertz. 15. There it is. You hear how loud it is? That's the real McCoy. This is the image. Okay, so what do I need to move the local oscillator a long distance. Think about this. The local oscillator. You know what? Someone's calling me, so it's a good time for me to stop because my head's overloaded. Head's overloaded. Maybe a good time for lunch too. Then we'll get back at this after. Okay, so I'm just looking at the instructions, and if we follow it across here, we're starting at 15 megahertz, megacycles. You want a resistor in here, 400 ohm resistor, that's very common, 15 megacycles, 50 megacycles. Then we're adjusting shortwave oscillator, C4, and shortwave antenna, it looks like C3 maximum out. But look at this! Check image, see note 1. Note 1. Okay, let's see if we can find note 1. I don't remember seeing note 1 anywhere. Note 1 is going to tell us something important. Oh, these might be the notes up here. Yeah, let's just rotate this. Oh, here we are. Note 1, here it is. I found it. I never even noticed this sideways writing here. Let's read the whole thing. Alignment and calibration. These receivers are carefully aligned and calibrated at the factory with precision instruments. If realignment is necessary, the following equipment is needed. Dependable. Number 1. When aligning oscillator section at high frequencies, care should be taken that the receiver is not adjusted to an image frequency, which is exactly what I think has happened here. At 15 megacycles, the fundamental will be obtained at minimum trimmer capacity. So they're giving you a powerful hint there. You can adjust the trimmer in 2 positions and find the signal. It's the minimum or the lesser capacity setting that'll do it. Number 2, when aligning antenna trimmer at high frequencies, rock the gang back and forth. Okay, yeah, rock the gang. Rock the gang. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't have any of that on the screen. It's off the screen. So I'm so sorry about that. But anyway, you heard what I said. It's just north of what you can see on the screen there. So, let me just read it one more time. At 15 megacycles, the fundamental will be obtained at minimum trimmer capacity. Okay, minimum trimmer capacity. Let's go around. Minimum trimmer capacity. And the trimmer we are talking about is C4. And C4 is the most inboard of those 4. The most inboard one. So you do adjust C4 for a place where it receives the signal but has minimum capacity. See, so we're at 15,000. Okay, this will be tricky here. When I get into that oscillator, if I can see it. This was the most inboard one, wasn't it? Yes, most inboard one. It's this one. Hey, what's going on with the focus there? So I think I had a whopper static charge on the screwdriver, and that's what you heard. Discharge of the static charge. Let's see. Try it again. Pretty darn sensitive using this. Let's try the plastic. We try the plastic. Ooh. What's that popping sound? That's me going past the signal. So we'll put maximum capacity into this thing. I don't want to put maximum, that's too much. Whoa. I'm tightening it, so I'm increasing the capacity. It doesn't get much tighter than that. Okay, now we'll go back. We should hear a pop of the first one going by. Very slowly turning. Oh, was that it? Oh, that's that weird oscillation thing. Okay, let's just keep going. Oh, is that it? There's one. Let's keep going. I think that's the image. We're going to go less. Oh, it's such a hair trigger on this thing. It's all gotten pretty quiet now. I don't think that's correct. I think. Let's go back up. So I think that's the one with the lesser. I'm tuning the radio now with my hand. Now, do we get this anywhere else? Let's try moving this one downwards. Because that has to be the right one. Oh, it's such a hair trigger. Okay, just past it. Good. Now, I'm trying to think, which way am I turning this? I'm loosening it off. Now the reason this is weak is because the other alignment elements are targeted elsewhere based on the error made before. So we should continue on. You know what, I just think I'm on the wrong one here, because I think if I reduce the capacitance I'll hear it again. Let's try that. Let's get this right. Okay, and I can go flying right past it without ever knowing it. Going down now. I'm reducing the capacitance. Do we find another one? No. I'm going to increase the capacitance till we hear the one. There, it just went by. Now I'm going to hear there's another one. Sure is confusing here. Frequency on the frequency counter is 14.7, and we're down to 15.7, 15.6 probably. It's actually close to 16 on there. We can look at where the local oscillator is on my SDR. Well, let's do that. I'll put the SDR on here. All I have to do is click this button here. The SDR is positioned to pick up the local oscillator. We're up at 15, so it should be right around here. Didn't seem to show last time. Yeah, I need to put this pickup in a more pickup-y area. SDR's gone crackpot. And you know what? I'm not going to be able to detect it here. There's just too much stuff roaring around down there. Hey, come on, radio. This isn't that complicated. You must not be thinking this through. Yeah, the fact is that it's time for protein. It's after 12. Maybe that's my problem. Protein-starved brain. Yeah, I feel like I'm going around in circles unnecessarily here. So I'm just going to stop for a while, come back, and figure this out properly. Okay, here's what I am guessing. I am guessing that this radio, hang on a second here. So I'll flip this around. I'm guessing that this radio has been misaligned on the image for the shortwave band. Now that means the antenna trimmer has been adjusted incorrectly also. And I think what's happening is when I try to adjust it correctly, I move away from where the front end is tuned and the signal level drops way off. And so I'm left thinking, even though I'm heading for the right way to do it, it sounds like I'm going the wrong way. So what I'm going to try, I'm going to dial in 15 here. I'm going to ram a 15 megahertz signal into the antenna. And how's that going to help me? Because if I can get the radio to receive at 15, I can adjust the front end trimmer. You know what? I haven't thought this through properly. I still haven't got this straight in my head. Let's just do stuff. When you don't know what to do, just do anything. That's what I say. Like even go and eat lunch. Yeah, that would have been a good idea, but I didn't do that, so I'm still protein starved here. Come on. just below 14. Just below 15. Now, so the image is up here. But I think this is the right spot right now. I don't know. Have I got it right? I don't know. Let's adjust the antenna and see if we can peak this thing way up here. The antenna adjustment would be done with C3. Okay, who's C3? Where is C3? Is it really C3? C3. DC antenna, no. Hey, there it is, C2. Second from the edge. Second from the edge. Second one from the edge. Let's use the plastic. What is going to happen when I do this? There can't be two spots for this. There can only be one spot. I don't have the signal generator at 15. Now, fat chance I can pick this up like this, but I'm going to blast. I'm already blasting a powerful signal in here. Maybe I can, I don't know. Let's try it again. Second one in. I don't know if this is sensible or not. Very strong now. 14.9. So we'll move the oscillator up. The oscillator is, I'm looking at the chart, most inboard one. Most inboard. And you make a mistake at this point and you'll undo everything you did up to here. So using the plastic that makes it pop, because the plastic develops a twist in it, and then when the screw releases, the twist snaps the screw a few degrees further than you might want. You end up just popping back and forth. Or you use plastic tools on sticky screws. So we're on 15 here. We're almost 15 here. For crying out loud, how did we get off there? Get on to 15. I missed. Okay, now we're ready. Let's do it again. 15. Most inboard. Now I'm sending a very strong signal here. Too strong, really. Now watch, I'm going to find it in another spot much louder. No? Hey, that's good. That's actually good. The radio is properly aligned. The image gets suppressed a lot. And I mean, it's supposed to be suppressed to the point where you can't pick it up. I think that's what's happened here. Okay, let's see if we can refine this a little bit. I'm still jamming a whopper of a signal. Like this is way too strong. The radio may be weak at the high end. Or is there other alignment issues I haven't done yet? We still have to do the 6 megahertz thing. let's see what's in store here. What's in store? So we're doing 15 megahertz. Didn't bother with the resistor. 15, oscillator, down on maximum output, check the image. Oh, you're supposed to up here. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay, never mind. Forget. We'll go back there. Let's go forward. So we'll go down to 6 megahertz and see what happens. We'll just go down there. We'll boldly go. Boldly. That's boldly. Okay, we're down at 6 now. Right on the money. Six. Quite a strong signal. So that's a 5927. Is there another one? So 5968. So that's 900 above. So this is the image, and it's suppressed. You can still hear it. It's suppressed. A little more alignment might help. Okay, so we'll now align this part by adjusting what? What are we adjusting here? We are adjusting shortwave pattern. See something. See what? I don't know. So we'll look at this other diagram here. See, looking for short wave HF antenna. Pattern. High frequency pad. There it is. See something. And that's the most outboard on the front. Outboard on the front. Okay, I got it. Outboard on the front. Outboard on the front. Outboard's this one. So what am I trying to do with this thing now? I'm trying to get the frequency to be correct. Turn this in the direction we want to go, towards 6, and we'll find out which way to turn this. Sticky. This way. Right up on 6. Okay, that's pretty darn close. Where'd it go? Hey, where'd it go? Watch the ABC meter down there at the same time. That would be the peak right there. That's good enough, I think. So we're at 6,000 there, 6,000 here, nice and loud. Go back up and check 15. Okay, dial in 15. Really? Are you really 15? A little off. Pretty faint too, but I did reduce this. Let's put it on 15. And we'll look on the dial now and see where 15 is showing up. I mean, really, it's such a hair trigger. Now, does it show up anywhere else? As I tune across, you can hear the go up and down. The shut is here, the beat is there. Does that mean something? So we're looking at the instructions again. 15, the antenna adjustment, and which one is it? Antenna adjustment, HF antenna. Second one in board. That seemed more like an oscillator. Did I do the right one? HF antenna. Nine. Right in the middle of the band. 9. Remember, not much of an antenna on this radio. 9, and now we're going to give it. Let's give it 9. It's not a very strong signal. That's actually a fairly weak signal now. Pretty good. It's not 9, but it's close. So we'll put this on 9. And then we'll see what it looks like on the radio. Now we're talking about a pointer width. Okay, let's check out this radio with an antenna now. Okay, shortwave at it's 1/4 to 1. Wow, 1/4 to 1. Right around the 9 megahertz. We start.
Unjust, let him just still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. These words announce the close of probationary time. Could you take a time? Yes, of course. When mankind sinned, a second chance was given. Without that second chance, we would all have been lost. But with Yahushua's death on the cross, we were all given a second chance.
Brother Stare. Okay, so at this time of day, we really wouldn't expect things to be all that great down here, more up in this area. Coming into the 31 meter band, is it? 15 meter band.
Defensa Nacional. Oficial de la Federación. En el acuerdo se apunta que los
I don't know what that is.
Well, China's already been
Uh-oh.
globalist attempt to punish the American people, wreck our economy, and hope that we won't recognize that it is they, the New World Order, that have orchestrated this, and not President Trump. They know their crimes are coming out. They know the chickens are coming home.
I need a shovel. When that guy comes on the radio, I gotta get a shovel handy. There is so much coming out of him. I won't even say who he is. If you listen to Shortwave, you know.
Any hope. So get out there and expose.
There he is again.
It took hundreds and hundreds of years of human civilization to build up the world economy.
Yeah. So there's a guy. There's a guy. There's some shortwave stations here just above 13 megahertz. It's kind of a European band. They all kind of are these days. Okay, and we're coming up towards 15. Up and the radio's coming to life like crazy. That could be the antenna I'm connected to. I have 4 antennas I switch through, 4 crazy antennas in my house, and they all have strange characteristics. It's really lots of fun flipping through them. And I got the wrong antenna connected. There's another antenna. I should go throw the antenna switch here. Not going to make that much difference though. So it's picking up. Oh, here we go.
Including all of Iraq, eastern Syria, southeast Turkey, parts of western Iran, and Kuwait. Babylon was first established during the Akkadian Empire, and its influence continued to expand in Mesopotamia. Called Hammurabi, who ensured that the throne was established.
So in this radio, the tuning is really, really loose. It's really free. It takes nothing to turn this knob. I feel no resistance when I tune it. Everything's lubricated beautifully. That's really important because with this kind of demand for precision tuning here, if the thing was sticky at all, wow, I don't know if I could even find these stations. It would be popping right. Hey, where'd it go? Fade out.
With other city-states and tribes in a careful, peaceful manner. By 1750, diplomatically united all of Mesopotamia and the...
Okay. Good. That might be the final alignment there. For sure, certainly for a preliminary alignment, that's really good. I think I solved a couple of problems here. I think I got the shortwave band corrected. I think it was aligned incorrectly, but frankly, I'm not even sure what happened there. Somehow I got it to work good. So that's great. What's left with this radio now? Not an awful lot. You know what? I'd have to almost think about it. I know what's left. I know all these buttons, and this whole apparatus back here needs to be looked at anyway. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. So I'm going to try to tune it, or maybe it's better to just leave the whole thing loosey-goosey, and so it doesn't wear out. So 60 years from now, this radio will still be here. I probably won't be though. So thanks a lot for watching to this point. I think we're going to get one more video out of this guy, and he's got to get back in his cabinet and everything yet. So great. Hope you enjoy your day. I'm going to be watching for snowfall.